Using customer analytics to build the success of customer strategy enterprise. So customer centric company. So to be customer centric, you would have to think about some type of strategy, how you are going to, go about incorporating or fulfilling consumer needs in the best of way, not just mass customization, giving them not just the option, giving them what they really need in that point in time, at the right place and the right time. So to build that type of success in the company, which companies like Amazon uh, did, you can see their examples in the earlier chapters. Uh, when you will be reading line by line, you will see many examples. I don't remember if I touched all the examples of Amazon or not, but one is coming very quickly in my mind. Like I read somewhere that they make it easy for you to make the order, like one touch order. You touch one button and the order is completed. Your information is already there, so you don't want you to re-put your information again and again for every order, all of that, because that can be a lot of hassle. uh, it is like if you want to make a complaint to a company, and you start the process online, and you start putting in the complaint and you put in your information and everything, and let's say for some reason you saved some information and now you had to make them a call, maybe your internet dropped, but you saved your information there. Now when you make the call, now you would have to start over again, tell the rep everything from zero. This happened, this happened, this happened, although you had put majority of the information in the system online, but it was not synchronized. So to one way to, and I'm talking from earlier chapters, I'm giving you examples which are in the earlier chapters. That is why it is very important to follow the structure of the book and read the chapters and read them in detail and try to think about example. I think it is very important. So one strategy would be that if a customer is putting in a complaint online and for some reason they have to go out, when they come back, and even if they use some other medium which is a phone call, they don't have to explain everything from scratch. They could maybe just give their ID number or their name and whatever. Because that thing is recorded, it should give back uh, whatever you are thinking about. Yeah. So that is a very interesting strategy, but you would see that that is not how much linked different departments are in various companies. It would require a lot of coordination. It is not hard. It is, in the times we live in, technology has advanced too much, so it is not hard that these things can be done, but they would definitely require coordination and so on, and efficiency on the parts of the reps who are taking, representatives of the company who are taking in the calls and whatever they are doing. So this could be a strategy. Uh, uh, and essentially you are using the information given by the customer. So couple of things are, I think, important. The importance of the data of the customer, that is very important. That is what customer analytics are about. Analytics would be, once it is, it's not just the raw format, you have taken out the bad information and compile it in a useful way, which is useful for your company, the way you want to serve, so that information, and then your customer centric type of organization, and then you have some strategy, how you can use customer data. And I give you example of some complaint, which is some data customer is inputting. So in real time, it should be people, it should be available to the people in real time. So you can very quickly take care of customer complaint. And this chapter has many interesting examples. When you will read it in your own time, you will find very interesting examples. Maybe I will also, I will see if I have highlighted some things. So maybe we can talk about that. In the interactive age is that business needs to have continuously developing real-time insights into the nature of their individual customers. Real-time insights, and that is what I was referring to a while ago, into the nature of their individual customers, not only so that the right marketing campaign can be created and launched, but also so the customer can be given the appropriate offer in the real time while she is on the phone, reading our newspaper online, shopping at the website, or standing at the checkout counter. Real time across different uh, modes: phone, newspaper, online, shopping website. So on the safe of face of it, it seems that it is online. Like phone is online, newspaper is online, shopping at the website is online. Yeah, but within online there are different categories: online phone, online newspaper, online shopping, website shopping. Yeah. So I don't think I have highlighted much in this chapter. I doubt that, because there are many interesting examples, and you should read through these examples. Organize the data around customer needs as well as customer values. This is very important point to reflect on. Extremely important. So you are customer centric organization. You are organizing the data around, not around your products, that this is the product I have, now let me see what type of customers would want this type of product. Nothing is wrong in that, but the way they, what they want to message, they want to convey overall in this chapter, to help us get closer to service quality management, they are saying organize the data around customer needs. So for example, customer one, yeah, uh, uh, for example, one of you, Wendy. So Wendy or Chris or Alicia, you can be one of the customers. And then as a company, I would say, okay, what are the needs of of Alicia? What are her needs? And then based on her different needs from which my product satisfied, I would calculate, or I would organize the data around the needs. So what Alicia needs are, maybe they will match with the needs of Darren. So then Darren will come in. So Darren and Alicia, these are the needs which are similar in these two customers. So they can be from different age groups, they can be different gender, they can be different socioeconomic background, all things can be, but the need, yeah, as well as customer values, what Christopher values, maybe Kim has same values as Christopher. So then, yeah, Christopher and Kim, they value these things in their product. In the service, they value this, timeliness is one of the attributes. So they like timeliness in their service, whatever I am offering in that. So this way you will look at each customer individually and see what are their needs, and then segregate them. Different needs, segregation based on needs and values, not on gender or age or whatever. But generally we do, when we are doing mass customization, this is what we do. And that is how I started today's session from chapter number 10. If you can go back and look at that, I think that is the first thing, one of the first things I said, like mass customization, age group 30 to 35, female, one child, this is what they will need. And nothing is wrong in that, not saying, just trying to look at different ways, different techniques. So instead of this, maybe one way is look at that girl's need. What is the need she want to be fulfilled? In which priority? What is need number one? They can have 4 or 5 needs from the from the service, but what is number one? What is number two? Number three, number four. So organize the data around customer needs as well as customer values. So you are going, this is a way to go deeper into the customer, knowing them more, because you will now know what do they really need when they buy your service. What is the desire which brought them here? What do they really value? And then you give them what they value, not not what falls under that category. Just like I gave you example of Scotia Bank sending me loan offer again and again, when I have never taken any type of loan ever in my life, not even $1 in any country. Yeah. So what is that? It's not understanding my values, my needs. So they would now go back and they will say, okay, which customers need? It's a need for them to get loans. Look at the history, look at the past, how many loans they have taken, how are they paying, what is happening on those. So it is not on how much, other variables which they would check. There's a need and values, and then from there tailor the pitch, individually speaking, different different clients. But of course this is time consuming, and companies have a lot of other things also to do. So a company can survive without doing these things, definitely can survive, is definitely can survive. But we are talking about quality service management. So what one way to improve the quality in service is by looking into needs and values, and then they have, this is examples are there, take time to read them. Customer analytics contribute to better sales, productivity, and lower marketing cost in many ways. When you are looking at customer analytics, they contribute to so many things. And for example, these are the bullet points, many things they do. For example, analytics improves the customer perception of the level of service as a result of relevant messaging during an interaction. Relevant messaging, just like Scotia Bank example, relevant messaging during an interaction. If the messaging is not coming relevant, then the company can have your data, just like Scotia Bank has my data, but they are not sending me relevant messaging. So it's going to impact the way I think about them. Yeah, and that is why, that example was very interesting about Tesco. I think in the last chapter or the one before that, chapter uh, 10 or 11, where they said that Tesco is not trying to build big databases. They are starting small, but getting the right information for the small percentage of the customers. They want to get it right. They don't want to get a lot of data and they don't know now what to do with that. They want to start small, take data, like nine customers are here in my session right now. So take data from here, 9 people, individually talk with them. uh, Nothing beats individual conversation with customers. Overall, I'm not talking about this chapter. Overall, in the scheme of improving service management, nothing beats that. If you can have the time to, talk with the customer individually and understand them, nothing beats that. But in a small group, it might be possible. But as the customer is going to go big in number and big in number, then you have to be very selective about all this. In that context also, understanding the needs and values of the customer, that can help you come closer to that customer might feel more connected. uh, and the problem is, or the difficulty in it is, that you have to do it again and again and again. It is a possibility that you have served the customer good 2 times, and on the third visit the customer is not enjoying it. So it's every time you need to perform. That's not possible if you don't have collected the data in the right, if you have not organized the data in the right way, based on your customer needs, uh, based on, what is your aim for the business, how good you want to portray yourself or become. But anyways, look through the examples. Please read the chapter line by line. They ask these type of questions. For example, how can I better know my customers? What can I do to learn a little bit more? Every touch point is an opportunity to learn more about your customer. Every interaction, learn more. And file it, put it in the system. Then put it in some useful form of data every time you are doing that. How do I keep them engaged? Engagement is your job as a business. How to keep them engaged, interested, and loyal to my brand. Loyalty. How do I balance my budgets to keep both customers and management happy? Yeah, these are the questions which they have highlighted, and then they have tried to answer them. Smart analytics make sure that organizations remain customer centric, while at the same time picking the choices that are the best for the organization. Surprisingly, few marketing organizations are equipped to do this. You need to make your customer happy and also make the right choices for the company also. It can be some clash here. It's a very interesting example they have given here. Uh, you should definitely read it. It's full of examples. It is good that they give examples as they explain. Only thing is that examples are, of course, not from Jamaica, but I gave you some examples from Jamaican context, and who knows the examples better than you? You are consuming different type of services. You are having the challenges of from the service industry. Different services can be small things, like you are making a call to service provider to get something done with your water or your electricity, and or telephone something, and they are making you wait. So these type of things they are calculating using numbers, like how different companies, what challenges they have, how they adjust to those challenges, and so on. It's just, don't get worried about the numbers or anything, essentially. Because they were talking about analytics, so they thought maybe it is nice to uh, give show you in numbers that being customer centric, having strategies which are customer centric, keeping customer engaged, taking the decision in the benefit of customers, it 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 helped these companies in this chapter make money. So they are just showing you that, like, in first year they might not have made some money because they made these type of decisions, but in the long run, the trend showed that the customer were loyal because the way they were treated in the first year of the operation, or vice versa. And many times those are intangible type of things. Many times those are things which on the face of it, you might see that you're going to lose. But in the long run, customer remembers. If you treat someone good, they will remember you, and even if they will not do business with you, they will tell other people. So what is the price of that? What value can be put when other people are doing good publicity for you? And they are giving some example of social media also, and those type of things. Quite rich conversation is there, so please find time to read line to line these three chapters, chapter 10, 11, 12, which we looked at so far today. But again, it would be wise to first read the earlier chapters and then come to this chapter. And think of your own examples. Uh, I gave you some examples which were coming in my mind, but you will not relate. I don't know which ones you will relate and which one you will not relate. It is best that you listen to my examples, you listen to what the book says, but think in your own life. Like, do you have any examples of where you were treated in a customer centric way? Can anyone, let's take some example. Is there anyone who can give some examples where they were treated in a customer centric way, or they think that the strategy of the business was customer strategy, more emphasis on customer and not just making profit? Can you think about any? It can be anything you are buying. Maybe it does not has to be service, because even if it is a product, we will find some link with the service. uh, did you give any type of service to other people which were where you were caring uh, for them as a customer and trying to solve their problem or issue, something like that you had experience? um, think about these things and try to reflect, please.